Hello all, welcome to Smart Classes. In today's class, we will read about Mulki League, which was formed before Hyderabad was merged into Indian Union. Initially, in the Osmania University, in 1918, there was a department established which is called Translation Department. That is, famous books from different languages are being translated to Urdu in order to teach students. The medium of teaching in Usmania University, as I already told you in the previous class, is Urdu. So they started translating important books into Urdu so that students can study. But in this translation department, most of the people were non-Mulkis. And here we'll have to consider one thing, which is Urdu language of non-Mulkis is different from the Urdu language of the Mulkis. But this translation department has been dominated by non-Mulkis, so it is being translated into the Urdu accent of the non-Mulkis, not the one of the Mulkis, which was Deccan Urdu. We can call it North Indian Urdu, and this is Deccan Urdu. So it has been translated to North Indian Urdu, but the students basically spoke Deccan Urdu. So students were facing a problem in understanding the North Indian Urdu because they used to speak or they used to understand Deccan Urdu. This also created barrier between the faculty. So some of the Mulki faculty have started disagreeing with the translation department, which is headed by non-Mulkis. So these people have formed two associations in 1930 in order to encourage the local language, which is Deccan Urdu. And these two associations were Dara-e Adabiyat Urdu. Pardon me if the pronunciation is wrong, but these are the exact spellings of the associations formed. Ewan-e Urdu. And they have also formed formation of Deccan synthesis, which is the idea of Dr. Jade. Basically, this Deccan synthesis, Dr. Jade, on the name of Deccan synthesis, has encouraged different people to translate books they like and make them available to the students. And the Urdu used is Deccan Urdu for the translation of these books. The name given to this was Deccan Synthesis. And an association has been formed which is the Nizam Subjects League. And the founders of this Nizam Subjects League were the founders of all important association of Hyderabad state, that is Andhra Mahasabha. And yeah, there were many Adi Hindu Association, and there are many different associations we have discussed in the previous classes. So these associations, the founders of these associations have founded Nizam Subjects League, which is later came to be known as Mulki League. The inflow of the outsiders decreased by 1931, as the Sensex has told us. The in 1911 the inflow of the outsiders was really high, but in 1931 it automatically decreased to almost half the outsiders coming into the Hyderabad state. But already there were many outsiders who had established their families in Hyderabad state. The population of non-Mulkis was higher, but the coming of the non-Mulkis into Hyderabad has reduced by 1931. So the members of this Mulki League, which is the Nizam Subjects League, were mainly Nawab Ali Nawaz, who is an engineer, Burugula Ramakrishna Rao, Madapati Hanmant Rao, Mandamul Narsingha Rao. All these important people have been in different associations, as we have already studied. So, Vaman Nayak, Kasinath Vaidya, Padmaja Naidu, she is the daughter of Sarojini Naidu. As you all know, Sarojini Naidu was a freedom fighter who has played an important role in the independence of India. So, what are the demands of this Muslim League? The first demand is removal of non-Mulkis from responsible positions. As we all know, the higher positions were taken up by non-Mulkis. Removal of these non-Mulkis from the higher positions was the major demand of the Mulki League. And the second one, once you remove, the vacancies must be filled with the locals, that is, Mulkis. And and the third demand is Nizam should not succumb to pressure of Britishers. That is, Nizam definitely does whatever Britishers order Nizam to do. But the demand of the Mulki League was that he should not listen to the British people and he must rule Hyderabad state independently. Independently. And the causes of the formation of Mulki League were mainly unemployment and domination of non-Mulkis. As I already told you, then the Urdu language, which was teached in which was teached in Usmania University, was mainly North Indian Urdu, and it was not understood by the locals. And the slogan used by the Mulki League was Deccani nationalism, that is, revival of Deccan people. Going to the next slide. After this, there was because the Mulki League consisted of both Hindus and Muslims. So in 1937, there was a separation between the Hindus and Muslims of the association. The Hindus came out and formed a People's Convention, which has later been converted to State Congress of Hyderabad in 1938. And then coming to the political reforms of Nizam. Why did the political reforms basically come? What happened was the Government of India Act 1935, as you all know, this is also known as mini constitution. Most of the part of major part of our constitution has been derived from the Government of India Act. After the Government of India Act, a pressure has been mounted on Nizam also to get the reforms in the governing rules of the Hyderabad state. So basically, to make the changes or to make the political reforms, Nizam has appointed a committee under Diwan Bahadur Aravamudam Iyengar. You can call it as Iyengar Committee. Basically, Nizam has appointed Iyengar Committee in 1937 in order to look into the political reforms to be made in the Hyderabad state. And this committee has submitted a report on 19 July 1939, and this report submitted suggested stringent measures for the appointment of government employees in order to help Mulkis get the jobs in a right manner. So, major suggestions given by the committee, which is the Iyengar committee. So here are some major suggestions. Special system for appointment of government employees. That is, were framed for the appointment of the government employees and appointment of local people. Local people must be given the first and the major importance. No recommendations or favoritism. This was framed because there were already a lot of non-Mulkis in the higher positions. So basically, new people who were appointed were mostly appointed on the recommendation of these non-Mulkis who were already in the higher positions because they have got hold on the government already. So they did not allow Mulkis to enter the place. They always recommended or they always shown their favoritism to the non-Mulkis only. So even after formation of rules, because the recommendation and favoritism, many non-Mulkis were entering the government jobs. That is why the number of non-Mulkis were not decreasing even after framing so many rules and passing so many laws. And the other thing was permission not needed for the public meetings. So basically, they have suggested that permission should not be public. In order to carry on a public meeting, there is no requirement for taking the permission of the Nizam. But before the meeting, they'll have to send an information to the government so that they can allot the facility or give the clear the way for the meeting. If the government sees that this public meeting will instigate violence or disturb the peace of the Hyderabad state, then they can stop the meeting. But in a very special condition, but they have to show the proofs that this public meeting is for a violent purpose or it will disturb the peace of the Hyderabad state. Then only they can stop the public meeting. And then the next and the major suggestion they have given is the elections. But these elections have to be conducted based on the economic conditions or the financial conditions of the people. The reason for this economic conditions is initially in 1935, Britishers told that the elections should be conducted on a territorial representation basis. But because of this, normal people have entered the government and they started working against the Britishers. So, in order to stop this, Britishers have changed this to economic conditions. Because of the economic condition, most of the jaggers, uh, Deshbandhus, Deshmukhs, these people have become the representatives who worked according to the government. After seeing this, Nizam government have directly followed Britishers who have converted to economic conditions. This is known as fascism. The territorial representation was basically democracy, but Britishers opted for fascism as they don't want people to go against the British government. And then a temporary Congress committee was established in July 1938. Congress was prohibited, as we have already discussed in the previous slides, where State Congress of Hyderabad has been established. So, this temporary Congress committee was prohibited in 7 September 1938 when they have converted their name to Hyderabad State Congress on 24th October 1938. And then there was a famous Vande Matram strike in Usmania University. What happened was Usmania University basically had three hostels A, B, and let's say three hostels A, B, and C. There were prayer rooms in each hostel where prayer has been done by Hindus in the name of Lord Rama or Lord Krishna or whatever, or any god they believe in. So basically, one day what happened was in hostel C, there were students singing Vande Mataram. So after listening, after coming to know, after knowing that in hostel C Vande Mataram has been sung daily, A and B hostels also started singing Vande Mataram. And then Nizam government has passed an order prohibiting singing of Vande Mataram, but the students did not listen. They came out of the university after doing this. They came out of the university and they started uh, they started like establishing or conducting congregations in the street, and basically in Warangal they have conducted, and almost 600 students from the other colleges have also attended the congregation to sing Vande Mataram. After listening to this, many students were dismissed from the Usmania universities. And for most of the students who were Devulapalli Venkateshwar Rao, Ramanatham, P.V. Narasimha Rao, these three were also among the students who were dismissed from the colleges. And the students who were dismissed from the colleges need admission in different colleges. Initially students went to Andhra University. But the Andhra University people did not give admission to the students because they said that Nizam is one of the trustee of the Andhra University and he has given almost 1 crore rupees, uh, 1 lakh rupees as donation for the Andhra University. So we cannot go against Nizam's. That's what is said by Andhra University. And Andhra University did not give place or admission for the students who were dismissed from the Usmania University. And then they went to Maharashtra and in Nagpur University, and they have asked for the admissions. They have given Maharashtra people have given admission to the students in Nagpur and Jabalpur under Nagpur University, and then these people have gotten their degrees. So that's it for today. Basically, today we have learned about the Muslim League, which was formed in, when was it formed? In 1932 33. And then it was converted to State Congress of Hyderabad in 1938. And the suggestions which were given by the Mulki by the committee, the Iyengar Committee. Sessions given by the Iyengar Committee have been studied, and the political reforms which have been taken up by the Nizam 7, who is Mir Usman Ali Khan, have been discussed. And we have also discussed about a small incident, which is the Vande Mataram strike in the Usmania University. So, thank you for today. In next class and the most important class, we will basically discuss the merger of Hyderabad state into Indian Union, which includes military attack on the Nizam 7 and armed struggle and various issues relating to merger of Hyderabad into the Indian Union will be discussed in the next class. Thank you for listening. Signing off. Smart classes.